to get those kinds of thoughts to show up on the screen, you need actors who can portray that subtlety.
Yes.
Their performances and show three different things at once.
You know, I like actors who can just be, who can exist, who are comfortable. You know, I will rarely have a scene that's like this, but in an audition, if I say you're just sitting at a bus stop waiting for the bus, and they can do that and they feel comfortable doing that and they don't feel the need to do too much. You know, I think a lot of actors feel like they need to actively try to be interesting all the time. And I'm someone who finds people behaving naturally interesting, usually. And I think certain actors are just more comfortable at times doing less. And that isn't to say minimalism is always the right way. I think actors being minimal can often be as showy as actors being hammy. But just existing on camera is a talent. It seems simple, but you point a camera at most people and they get very self-conscious and they either do nothing, like in a I'm frozen way, which is unnatural, or they do too much. They're very, I'm going to do this with my hands, and you know, probably what I'm doing now on this camera, because I don't have this talent. I like casting people that are fun to work with, that are pleasant to work with. You know, it probably goes without saying, but you know, someone who's really talented, who's difficult to work with, unless they're so talented and bring so much incredible value to the table that it's worth it. You know, it's difficult because making a movie at this budget level is very, very hard. Everybody's making less than they could otherwise, and if one person or two people are making it really unpleasant for everyone, I think everyone's work suffers. And then kind of that something special, that star quality, that something that makes them more interesting than a normal person. They can be natural, but also more interesting. You know, the Bill Murray has it in spades. I mean, he can do the most banal thing, and he's captivating.
Yes.
And not every actor has that, because he's 1 in 100 million. But that's that sort of quality. We're a small film which doesn't have big stars. We have great actors, but they're not famous yet. I am not a household name. The source material is not a household name. As a viewer, what draws you to a film featuring personnel you don't know? For me, you know, it's a lot of different things, but the most important thing for me is verisimilitude. And that is that a film has to be realistic within the context in which it's given, within the premise. Right. So a stupid comedy that, you know, is not supposed to make any sense has a very different set of rules for it than a drama that's supposed to be true to life. Right. And so that's the realism of the dialogue, the reactions of the actors, everything surrounding that. And I would say also just really memorable shots and dialogue. So if you see a trailer and it doesn't have an actor you know in it, and it's not directed by the Coen brothers, but if the shots look captivating and it seems to have internal consistency of tone, verisimilitude, and it seems smart, you'll consider seeing that movie. I'll consider seeing any kind of movie that gets pretty decent reviews, or even if it's halfway decent and it looks really interesting. But those are the ones that I'm going to see first among those lists. Right. I mean, so I think I can still help you filter the wheat from the chaff. I mean, I'll even enjoy a romantic comedy if it's done really well. There just aren't that many of them. But yeah, so the kinds that you're describing are going to be more up my alley. Right. But in terms of your kind of viewing week, if there's a Sundance movie that features no one you've ever heard of, but it's getting rave reviews, that's no problem. I'm looking forward to seeing that then. Right. Yep. Well, we need to get some good reviews then. Yes. Get your bribe envelopes ready. Yes. Whatever it takes. That's what the producer's job is, isn't it? Yeah. Bribery and graft. Taking out Gene Shalit for a fancy dinner. fancy
Oh,
steak
gee, and has he
lobster.
still got the mutton chops or whatever those were?
I assume that's his trademark.
I guess, yeah.
That would be a violation of his brand to get rid of those.
It's the mutton chops and saying I loved it.
So I invite our viewers, listeners, to weigh in on what makes you see a film. And I'm not just trying to build conversation to build conversation. Like, we want to know. We plan on making a great movie, but even after that, our battle is only half done. We need to find ways to get this movie seen. So what makes you? How do you find movies? Is it Gene Shalit? Is it it pops up on Netflix just at the right time? Is it a trailer that just grabs you? We're interested. Also, take a look at my past films and tell me if I'm totally wrong in evaluating what what they're about, what's consistent among them. Well, let's wrap it up for this week. I know we will connect again on a future conversation. I don't know what number, but anything you'd like to add to our fan base before we
go to Seed and Spark, follow it. You're going to have a lot of these content updates coming up. You're doing a pretty amazing job with that. So watch them, and I think you'll be pleased with what you see.
Yeah, we've got some more fun kind of movie world updates coming too. A certain entity has intercepted a Skype between Abe and his girlfriend back in Chicago.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Please do.
I don't know how many people out there have funded crowd-funded projects like this. I've done a number of them in the past, including a couple years, but some other things, some games, different things. And it's such a great feeling to be part of something like that may not have otherwise gotten funded, and you get an actual film at the end that you were one of a small group of people who were responsible for. Give that a try if you have not done that before. It's even if it's a small amount of money, I think you'll be happy you did it.
Yes, I have never regretted supporting a project at different levels, and the ability to make something happen, on an existential level is a great feeling. So whatever level makes sense for you, you'll feel good, and then you'll get to see the movie and say, this could not have happened without me.
Yes.
So cool. Well, thanks for watching and or listening, and we'll check back in Conversations number 3 very soon. Have a good one.